Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another installment of BrickWall Reviews. I'm Dave, and right there in the other side of that camera is Sam. Right there, looking right there. Yeah, that's right. We're split screen today. Don't ask why. We're just having fun testing things out. So Sam, uh, today we are going to be talking about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier second episode. But before we get
I
into
feel like the groundhog.
that,
I feel like the groundhog.
like the
See my
groundhog.
shadow, yeah.
Uh,
Feeling real shadowy right now.
well, I mean, you look like a shadowy figure today. I don't know. I don't know. She's somewhere in her lair. I'm somewhere in front of a brick wall. Yeah. So tonight we're going to be talking about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Second episode drops on Friday.
Me also. Okay, continue.
Oh, you talking about the Echo?
No, my shadow.
Oh.
Anyway.
So before we get into that, I want to remind you guys to go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Hit like on our videos. We drop videos here on a weekly basis on Sundays and Tuesdays for anime. That's what Sam does. She just did her anime review on, what did you do it on again?
7 Deadly Sins, Prisoners of the Sky.
Yes, 7 Deadly Sins, Prisoners of the Sky. So you guys make sure.
The movie.
What do you say?
I said the movie.
Oh yeah, it's the movie. The 7 Deadly Sins.
That is the movie.
So you guys make sure.
On Netflix. On Netflix.
Oh yeah, on Netflix, everybody. So yeah, you guys know what it's
about. Too hot for that hat.
Funny story about the hat. We're gonna keep going though, because we don't have time for funny stories about hats, right? Do we? No, we don't. Our producer says we don't have time for the story about the hat, but we're gonna keep on going. Yeah. So Falcon and Winter Soldier, episode 2. Sam, we're gonna start with your thoughts because everyone knows how much I love this series after one episode. Tell us about what
you say, the series just started. Like,
I'm in love with it.
Give it some time, bro. Well, first of all, as much as I love to see Captain America win, I'm rooting for him to get his ass whooped. in that first fight scene with Falcon and Winter Soldier and the other reject Falcon. Yeah, sorry, you don't get a name.
What's his Battlestar or something, right?
It's called bullshit. That's his name. That's his name. His non-fighting ass act like they was about to come through on some shit and ain't do shit. Talking about, oh, we found you through your tech. Bitch, my tech. Oh, okay. You ain't.
That's the government's tech.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you. So, yeah, that's how I felt about that. He's just awkward. And it honestly feels like he's up to no good. Like he's not trying to do good. Because at the end of the day, Steve would have never made somebody try to work with him.
Yeah, like, that's true.
Like he want to try to come on, man, come on. I just want Steve's right. I'm Steve's right hand man, motherfucker, not yours. So
yeah, that was something. I wasn't a fan of the new Captain America myself, or Captain America myself. I didn't too much care for him. I did like how this episode tried to make us empathize with him a little bit, because it started off showing us how he was a former sports star or something like that, and how he went through so much to get that title and position there and form a big parade and everything. But all that, it still didn't look fair for him. I was like, yeah, a little drum line out there,
But he also made like a little comment when she asked him about how he felt about it. That like he just don't sit right with me. Just like how he talks to people and how he maneuvers. Like, oh, he's thrilled to have that position. He wanted that position.
Mm-hmm.
So he's trying to downplay his excitement, but bruh, nobody's stupid. That's why Bucky don't like you. Bucky's 100 and something fucking years old. You don't think he know bullshit by now?
No, I like Bucky's reaction. They showed his reaction. I wish I talked about this last week. They talked about they showed Bucky's reaction, and his reaction was the same thing I thought was going to be the whole time, which was, "What the is this? Who? What? Hold on, I'm gonna call Sam real quick because you're not getting away with this."
Yeah, but at the end of the day, Sam knew what it was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, cut it out. You gonna turn the damn shield in, and they straight played your ass. They had somebody ready the next damn hour to go out there.
They really did.
Had to return the shield. First of all, they try to act like they wasn't even gonna do nothing with the shield. Oh, we're gonna put this shield up. Y'all ain't put that shit up.
Yeah,
they're talking about Cap is back. First of all, Cap is not back. The fraud is here. That's what it is. Shit.
Yeah, they were too ready to give that shield away to somebody else, which is crazy. And again, I definitely side with Bucky.
But my whole thing is that if they were interested in having another Captain America, the same way they rebuilt the costume, they could have rebuilt the shield. Why did you have to wait for the shield to come?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why?
I mean, because the shield carried some type of.
They could have made another one.
But yeah, but they can't use vibranium just left and right.
They do whatever else they want.
Yeah, but they're not getting into Wakanda right now.
They could have made him a little whatever kind of shield. He ain't even a real Captain America anyway. Then got knocked off the damn truck. So everyone's fighting.
So after this very high profile Captain America controversy, we get our first mission with Bucky and Sam, right? So their dynamic, we finally get to see the dynamic here in episode 2. We haven't gotten to see a lot of that dynamic throughout the entire MCU so far. So this being the first time we're seeing it on full display, how did you feel about that dynamic?
I missed the whole thing. I wasn't listening.
Basically, how did you feel about the dynamic between Sam and Bucky? This being the first time we really get to see
comical. They both were hurting from missing a person. They both are confused about what's the next steps of their life is supposed to be. They have a lot of similarities, like I said, but they both have different viewpoints on what should be done, even though they both have the same problem.
While she's stepping off screen, don't be alarmed, people. Yeah, I like the dynamic here. Like I said, it's something that we didn't get to see. We got to see a little bit of it in we got to see a little bit of it in Civil War. We got to see a little bit of it in Endgame, like a little tiny bit of it, like a little itty bitty bit of it. And after that, we really didn't see much of it. But we do know that that so far, that the dynamic between them, it's like a rivalry almost. Like she's back. It's like a rivalry almost. Like they're just constantly competing because they're both Steve's best friend. Like they're both Steve's right-hand man. But I think to see them,
I would technically say that at this point right now is an ongoing rivalry because of the fact that it to an extent it is, but it's not for Steve's compassion.
Yeah,
like it's for doing what you would think Steve would want that person to do. Kind of make sure you live up to his expectations because he expected a lot from everybody especially Bucky and Sam. But at the end of the day, both of them was his right hand man. At some point in life.
it's really interesting to see how they combine together, especially now with so much tension with Steve being gone, the Shield being gone, and all this stuff going on in the world now.
The blip.
Yeah, with the post
blip. Yeah.
It's good to see them interact with each other. If anybody saw the behind the scenes things where Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan, I think the actor's name is, you see that they have this really brotherly interaction. They like to pick at each other a lot. So to see that kind of translate on screen is that, oh, you two were born for this interaction here, because it's not always so goofy like you would think it would be. It's also very serious. Like they're very serious, but they're not steady towards each other. It's like the perfect relationship to see on screen, and I'm very excited to see how that's. It didn't even take long for it to develop. Like you would think, like, okay, Bucky's gonna be mad at Sam for this entire episode. I get it. No, it's not that. It's like, okay.
But you know what though? I want to say that while that's the case, I think if Sam didn't have the personality that he has, that it could have been a whole different type of scenario.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if Sam wasn't a lot like Anthony Mackie, this won't be a really good relationship.
Yeah, it definitely would not be. But and then you have to remember too that he's going through a lot too. Even though they didn't talk about it in this episode, he still has family issues that's on the back of his mind as well. And the fact that he's not accumulating an income, and he knows what being like a top Avenger means. It means that you're not going to accumulate an income. And right now, him being a private contractor, it's an accumulation of an income for him. So I think that is a lot right now with him not taking on the Shield.
Yeah, so they do get into, like I said, they do get into their first mission. It's a really really cool action sequence. I do like how they kind of show Bucky's he's not that good at strategizing. You kind of see that a little bit this episode. They kind of show that Bucky. I thought it was Bucky. He will, because what the thing was, like, he was ready to go in and just fight, guns blazing, just fight, beat people up, and get what he needed to do. And Falcon was like, hold on now, we got to assess the situation.
But you see, but the whole thing about it is that when they was on the plane, he was asking Falcon what's the plan.
That is also true.
Asking him the plan, and he was like, so Bucky, he gonna do what Bucky do, and Bucky get the damn job done. I'm about to fuck everybody. Like, shit, you ain't got a plan, I got one.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, all right. Well, now that I think about it like that, yes, that is true. So we get later on in the episode, as it progresses, we get into a very interesting sequence that I thought was amazing and very well done, where Bucky goes to Baltimore. Bucky and Sam go to Baltimore. That sounds like a part of a movie. And they go and visit an old man. And this old man is revealed to be a super soldier, one of the original super soldiers, an African American. And it goes into how he was treated. And after he saved everyone, pretty much tore Bucky's arm off, probably one of the first people to do that. And then outside of that house, while they're walking away, and Sam's confronting Bucky about that, there's a whole police pull up, and what I'm saying, they start to villainize him. That entire sequence around there, what did you think about that? Did you think it was well done, or do you think it could have been done better? Was it surprising to you?
I just had my little notepad out, taking notes on how to deal with the police. Shit. All right, well, shit, they did that there. Like, that's how we're supposed to deal with them. Mm-hmm. But I thought it was well done. I like how they bring in issues that Black people are facing, like they do, and even I'm going to even say what issues that white people face as well. Like, and I'm gonna say in regards to like therapy sessions, because it's not cliche, but white people are more prone to going to therapy than Black people. Mm-hmm. So with them, like putting that in there, like their issues and stuff like that, and then like I said, especially with the police scene for the fact that they're profiling, like whatever the case may be, and it was just like, okay, well, I'm just glad it didn't turn into nothing else. Like it was, but if he didn't say, "Oh, I'm Falcon," or they didn't know who Falcon was, could have turned into something else. So it kind of gives us a little snippet. It doesn't go into great detail on the extent of what police brutality can be physically, but it was an extent of police brutality and their ways of, you know, going about doing business, because they never asked Bucky for his, you know.
Yeah.
Not that I can remember.
No, they didn't ask him for his ID. They didn't even.
I mean, at least not initially.
Yeah, they didn't even stop what they were about to do until they realized that he was that Sam Wilson was an Avenger, or a former Avenger. I myself personally, when they showed that scene, especially in light of modern times, I was just like, kudos to you, Marvel, for not backing down from this scene, for not backing down from this reality, and for not being afraid to show on full display, yeah, these things happen. And it's not just, oh, someone's out in the street selling a pack of cigarettes or doing something that could be considered illegal. No, they're doing something as simple as having a conversation in the middle of the street, be it a heated conversation or a regular.
But then too, you know what I'm saying? It's the neighborhood as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we gotta look at all the factors. It was the neighborhood as well, and it was, whatever. And their stance could have been an aggressive stance, which it was because of the type of conversation that they were having.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I ain't giving the police no credit or nothing, but just to speak of all the facts that relates to this portion of the show.
Yeah. I thought it was, again, I thought it was a well done sequence. I thought it was I did like how they brought in that older gentleman there. I like that entire story that he had and the connection that he had with Bucky and how that plays into later on in the episode and what we're gonna get next episode. But before I touch on that, the big part of this episode was things that happened during the blip, because that is our villain, the Flag Smashers. Our villain's main motivation is to get things back to the way they were during the blip, right?
Yeah, because they were trying to say that things were better during the blip.
Mm-hmm.
So they want things to be better ultimately, and so, but they're going about doing it in a not so favorable way. But of course, their reasoning is because of the fact that I guess higher officials are now welcoming and pretty much, I'm not gonna say babying, but they're pretty much
like prioritizing, right?
huh?
Like prioritizing them.
Yeah, prioritizing the ones that have come back from the blip, which has to be understood.
Mm-hmm.
Going for 5 years.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it was 5.
Yeah, 5 years. Yeah.
And come on.
Yeah, I mean, I've
it's like
know more about what it was like.
It's like saying I'm not going to take care of an elderly person who is now diminished in physical or mental capacity because they've been here already and should know how to do it.
Yeah.
Like it's changed. It's changed for them. They're especially those who have dementia. Like it's different. So it's like like damn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I would like to know more about what the world was like during the blip before I can really say that I understand and empathize with them, because
but then we kind of know too because of the fact that even with Iron Man and what he's accomplished during the blip,
mm-hmm.
like that portion of life because it was more favorable than as opposed to what he was dealing with pre and post blip.
Yeah. So then with what you just said there, that brings up a question I asked you a couple weeks ago, where I said, with the way things are going in the MCU now, doesn't this kind of make the Avengers the bad guys in the situation? Like, I understand, like, yeah, you can't just let millions and billions of people be gone, disappear just like that, and due to a mad tyrant.
Okay, so I'm gonna say yes and no. I'm gonna say no because of the fact that the Avengers didn't do anything. They tried not to even have the blip happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like they did their best to try to fight the person, and they failed, of course, which is the cause of the blip. So I'm gonna say no because they wanted to go back and make things right for people.
Mm-hmm.
That's what. And then I will say yes because of the fact that people have come to a new sense of normality And with that, you know, they built their own comfort. They had those people who were there during the blip had to probably go through all types of psychological training, psychological conferences, which we've seen happen. Like a lot of people was in psychological therapy and stuff like that to deal with the blip and whatever the case may be. So it's not easy for either end.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I give them a yes and a no. But if I was snapped out in the blip, I think that I would probably potentially want to come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm sure that if like I was snapped out in the blip and like with Ant-Man, his daughter wanted to see him, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, even though he didn't get snapped out in the blip, his whole situation was different, but he still was gone for the same length of time.
Yeah.
So, you know, like people still wanted to see their loved ones. And I would say both methods were selfish, but at the end of the day, like I think that them snapping it back, and then it gave people, like I said, a whole different lifestyle. Like I said, Tony actually got to, you know, have the family and this, that, and the other, but he knew his responsibilities as Iron Man, which is why he opted to do what he did anyway. So you can he ain't forget his past, you know, he ain't forget. Like he know his responsibilities are, and he had to hold true to his responsibilities. Even though he could have gave it to the Hulk. Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, I like your take on that, and I do think that this is again. I think I said this before. This is definitely one of the interesting parts about the MCU moving forward is that we get to see how things have changed due to what can be a divisive, heroic act. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So getting back to the episode, we already talked about the Captain America and his little sidekick. So we're getting to wrap up the episode. The therapy session. The therapy session between Sam and Bucky. Very funny. Up until the point where Bucky explained why he was so upset with Sam. And my only letdown with that scene there is that it didn't, and I know it's probably going to come up later on in the series, so that's why I'm not like too hung up on it. But I would have liked to have seen that moment be like an honest moment with Sam, transparent on how he felt about having to take up the shield. I know it's going to come up later on.
Sam's not ready for that yet. That's the whole thing about it. Neither one of them were actually ready, but Bucky, you know, he's in therapy sessions, and the point it wasn't Sam's therapy session, it was Bucky's.
Yeah.
Like that therapy session wasn't for Sam.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, Bucky at least got the opportunity, even though he already expressed why, but having the deeper meaning of why he felt the way he felt was and so it was a significant part of the show. So, but at the end of the day too, it's like, okay, well, I want this because, you know, if he believed in you and me, and then, you know, that's because he knows that Steve, you know, was like, bro, I know that wasn't you. I know you. So he just wants that sense of relief from him killing all those people. But then it also goes back to what the guy said when he went to his house. You're always going to be a killer. He is. It's just in how he's going to start killing people now, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be a difference in how he kills people. Like, he's always going to be a killer. Like, that's in him. That's instilled in him. Like I said, oh, you know what was a funny part, too? When he said, what are you, the White Panther now? He was like, nah, the White Wolf.
Yeah, that was a really, I can't believe I forgot that. Yeah, that is a really, that's a nice callback to Black Panther and all that. Go watch that movie and get that explanation. But I thought that was pretty cool. And Sam's like, wait, what? You have a legit explanation for this? Like, you have a legit explanation for your time in Wakanda? So
but then too, the fact that, you know, they know that he has changed Bucky while he was in Wakanda because Sam just kept making references to his mental rewiring.
Yeah.
So I mean, like I said, I don't doubt that he's healed or, you know, But like I said, for him, he is going to still be a killer. He's going to be a protector, and in that he may end up killing somebody. I mean, that's just what the job calls for. But he won't be an assassin to where he's taking children from, I mean, he might, but it's going to be him facing like legit bad guys to try to save the world, as opposed to doing dirty work for people not trying to save the world.
Yeah, fight one of the big three.
Yeah.
You said something, and I had a thought on it, but I lost my train of thought, so it's gone now. But so with the whole brainwashing thing, that is very interesting. You said that because, of course, we get to the end of the episode and we find out that the next mission is they have to go talk to Zemo, who, for those of you who don't remember, he was the villain in Civil War and the one that had the code or the code word to put Bucky back under brainwashing for Hydra. Of course, this is a very risky and dangerous thing to do, is to sit and talk to that crazy guy. What are your thoughts going into next episode about them having to go to Zemo? What are your thoughts about
that? I'm a little excited to see that. When I saw, I was like, oh shit. But yeah, at the time I forgot that he had the password for Bucky. But I don't think it's gonna affect him.
You don't think so? Okay, that's why because I'm thinking, as you were saying the thing about Bucky and his brainwashing, I was like, wow, wouldn't that be something if at some point in the series, Bucky is still somehow susceptible to the Winter Soldier mindset?
I mean, I think, like I said, I think that he's always going to be subjected to that mindset. It's just how he thinks about what he's doing now. Like he's gonna have a sense of knowing, like, not to do that now.
Yeah.
As opposed to like being in zombie land doing stuff.
True. Yeah, well, I'm definitely excited for the next episode. I thought this one was good.
I mean, it would be cool to see him go beast mode real quick, and whoop Captain America's ass. I said it would be cool to see him go beast mode and whoop Captain America's ass.
Listen, I just know that this Captain America guy, I just feel it in my heart that he's gonna go like and be this.
Bro, that's Homelander. Bro, that's Homelander.
Yeah, it really is.
And what is it? A1, not A1. What's the other one? Yeah. Homelander and A-Train, yo.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see how that turns out because I'm looking at this. I'm like, come on, they're going to really flip a switch, and I'm excited to see that. Again, like I said, I love this corner of the MCU. At certain points, I forgot I was watching the Falcon and Winter Soldier. At certain points, I forgot I was watching the Marvel property. It just felt like I was watching a show.
Yeah, especially when they went to the hideout and they was like in the streets and stuff. Like I thought that was a good part to put in the show. It kind of brought, like I said, a sense of like, oh, okay, like.
Yeah, brought that real world sensibility. Yeah. So like I said, I'll probably keep saying the same thing for weeks, but this is my favorite corner in the MCU to watch. I'll watch it over anything in the MCU that they have to offer. Excited about it, love it. What are you rating this episode?
This episode, I did like this episode. It was a good one. Like I said, like when it touches on reality and show facts of like things people can relate to, which has been pretty evident in all of these episodes so far. So I would say potentially a 4.3.
4.3. I'm gonna give this another 5. Because even last week with the episode kind of was long, this one felt long, but then I watched it back. I was like, oh no, this is the first time I watched, I was like, wow, this is not long in a bad way. Not long in a bad way. Long in a way like, oh wow, this is more content. We get more this week. And now I watched it back and I was like, oh no, this is the same length as the other one. It's just the pacing is really good. The pacing is good. It doesn't waste the time.
Maybe you watched it the first time while you were tired. You know, sometimes when you're tired, like the rush thing.
No, like, I was excited.
Like I want to damn.
I was fully on board the first time I watched. I was like, yeah, keep going. Oh, we still going. All right, come on, we still going. And so it was good. So I give this I give this a 5. I don't know if I'm going to let off the 5 gas pedal on this one. I feel like I'm zooming forward. So we'll see if I get a 4.3 episode in the next 4 weeks. But I think we're riding high. I'm not concerned about this sticking the landing at all. We're riding high. We're doing good. We're doing great. So, you got anything else?
No, I'm just so over this shadow. I swear, the whole time it's been pissing me off, yo. Not even about the lies that pissed me off the whole time. I'm like, you see, I'm trying to get in that bitch. Like, how I get in my shadow? It won't even let me go in there. It's like,
you don't get into your shadow. Your shadow gets into you.
Look at the bitches on my back. Like, damn. Shit's crazy.
You know, there was a movie. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. I was about to.
Yeah. We're not gonna do that. Yeah.
In light
anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, comment. Please comment. If you have any movie, films, if that's the same thing, whatever. TV shows, anime suggestions, let us know. We'll get to it. As you see, we're doing series now as well. So I mean, we've been doing series, but we're doing series. So if you have any series suggestions, please let us know. Remember to be safe out here. It's getting warmer, and it is gonna be hot as hell with that damn mask on. I was sweating last year with it on, but I'm gonna sweat this year with it on too. So just remember to keep your mask on, and the sanitize your hands, clean them, whatever, you know. Let's just follow these damn guidelines so that we can go back like the blip. Like we want a sense of normalcy, right? so that we can blip back to reality. So, yeah. So anyway, I guess we'll be here tomorrow. This is a special tonight.
This is our special weekly. You know, I do my weeklies anyway. If you do suggest a series, it won't be a weekly thing unless it's already on. Like when P Valley comes back, we'll probably do that.
Baby.
Can't wait for that. So, but in the meantime, since there's no P Valley, there is Falcon and Winter Soldier, and there is tomorrow. We'll be reviewing. We'll be reviewing something that I'm going to discuss with Sam very shortly, because I don't want to announce it yet. I want to make sure you know.
Yeah, just I figured that.
So. Yeah, so we'll be here with the Snyder Cut review tomorrow. Until then, thank you guys for tuning in to another installment of BrickWall Review.
It's on HBO Max if you haven't seen it yet. It's 4 hours, so it's like the Titanic. Brace yourself, but it's good. So yeah, go ahead and check it out.
Yep, and make sure you guys hit that like button down below. Make sure you guys subscribe, share this video to your friends, let them know that we do some kick-ass reviews over here, and we will love it if you guys suggest some reviews. Make sure you check out Sam's BrickWall anime review. Share that amongst the anime community. We eating good this year. Season 5 of My Hero Academia has been released. The new trailer for the My Hero Academia movie is out, and we might be talking some My Hero Academia here too. I can't let that slide under my radar. But until then, you guys take it easy. Have a great night. Sam, tell the people bye.
Peace out.
Peace out, people, and we will see y'all.
Hey, woo-woo.